Okay, here is why all of this matters. As an airplane controller, as you're looking at the airspace, or we have an airplane flying and the wind is blowing, we have to get the airplane to the right place. But we know that as the wind blows it, it's kind of like when you're in a paddle boat on the lake and you're going and the wind comes up and you drift plus you paddle, and so you should be going into the wind so that you can blow home. And so this is the same thing. So that's why this all matters. So let's look as we go. An airplane is flying on a compass heading of 170. Okay, so think back to remember when we, remember when we had our compass. So I'm going to grab a hold of this little picture of the compass. Copy. Bring that over here. Okay, so the compass, we know that north is right here. There's north. Okay, and from north, let's grab that. So here's north, and then we are going 170 degrees from there. So if north is 0, then south would be 180. So the place that we're going is right about, let's make this bright and purple. So the airplane is heading about right there. So that's the plane. That is super important. Okay. It says on a compass heading of 170. Okay, but let's think about kind of what is happening there. So I know that from here to here, but actually I want to be starting from east and going around this way. So as I translate that, 90, if this is 170, I think that that is 80 degrees this way, 80 degrees further down. But what I'm looking for is from east all the way around. Well, if from east down is 180, I know the whole thing is 360, that must mean that this, the plane, so this is the plane. So the plane, actually, as I'm looking like unit circle-wise, is going at 280. So there's translation that needs to happen there first. So why 280? Because all the way around the circle is 360. So if I went 80 back this way, that means from here to here is 280. So translation. I also know, that's the degree, I also know the magnitude is 460 miles per hour. That's pretty fast. Okay, now what is happening with the wind? The wind is blowing at a bearing of 200. Okay, let's make that, let's make the wind maybe bright green. Okay, so here is north. Coming here, this is 180, so 20 more. Okay, so 20 off of 180 this way. That makes that 70 to here. So think momentarily from here to here. That bearing is going to be 250. Because it was 70 off of here. And so 180 plus 70. So just take some time to figure out how I got the 250. So I knew it was from here to here was 200. So that's 90, 180, 20 more. That makes it 70 off of this line. So 250 degrees. Okay, so the wind has the bearing at 250. The magnitude is 80 miles per hour. So basically, yes, the plane is going this way, but if the wind is basically, I can move, remember how I can move the vector? The wind is like going, so that is going to make these two like average out in the middle. It will be closer to the purple line, but the green is going to pull the purple, the plane, over that way. So what do I do to figure out all of those numbers? Well, let's do the plane first. So the plane I'm doing in red, and if you can't see red and green, hopefully they are, like, the green is the lighter one, and the red is probably the more, it's the darker one. Okay, so my magnitude is 460, so I go 460. X value is always the cosine of 280. Then I do 460 cosine of, no, not cosine, sine, because the y value is the sine of 280. Okay, that's the plane. What's the wind doing? The wind is going 80 cosine 250, comma 80 sine of 250. So I have to find these two vectors, and then I add them together to kind of get the middle of them. Okay, so I'm going to push pause, and I am going to get, oh, well, actually, do I even need to find them separately? I don't, so I guess I won't push pause. I'm going to show you. I have to add the plane and the wind, which makes sense because you've got the plane going, but the wind is pushing against it, so we're going to add the two together. If I want to do that, I can actually just do that. I'm going to put the two x's together and then do the two y's together. So I have this up on the screen up there, so I can still just type it in. So I'm going to go 460 cosine 280, that was my first part, plus 80 cosine 250. So that's my two, and then I wonder if I have to go back in here, see right there? I'm going to go in and insert. I'll probably have to insert, so be really careful. Maybe it changes it, maybe it doesn't. I think that I have to get the parentheses in there. Okay, now I can hit enter. So 52.517. 52.517. So my new 52.517. So that's kind of where that part of the vector, like the x direction, is going to be. And then for the y direction, I'm going to do my 460. No, it's not 460. It was 80 miles per hour, and my angle was 250. Close the parentheses this time. Plus 80 sine 250. So if you didn't close the parentheses and you got the same answers, you just learned something. If you got different answers than me, it might have been the parentheses issue. So negative 102. Okay, is that what you got? Because when I looked at, I totally did it wrong. What am I doing? Ugh, that's no good. Mistakes. I made a mistake. Do you make mistakes? We make mistakes all the time. Okay, it's fine. I should have done, okay, so I should have gone 460 sine, because I'm doing the sine ones. Close the parentheses, plus 80 sine 250. Okay, that's what I wanted. Sorry, but we're learning this together. Negative 528.187. Negative 528.187. Okay, there you go. Awesome. But it says find the component thing. Yes. Okay, got it. There's the component form. And now, does it ask something? I think it asks something a little bit different. So that's the component form. So I'm going to stop for a second and see what we have to do next. So we found the component form, which was somewhat challenging. That took us a while. Okay, now we do need to find the ground speed and direction, but it's already been almost 10 minutes. So I'm going to stop and make the next video. And in that next video, I'll give a quick component form. It'll be great, but there's way more to do because figuring out what the wind does to an airplane is important, and it takes a while as we're learning how to do it. So come back to figure out what the ground speed and direction is.